Emergency discussion starting now. So lately I've been seeing, arguments in the sphere of threads, pretty much anywhere you look where people are talking about anime, right? Threads, Twitter, Reddit, wherever the case may be, there is this kind of census that Death Note isn't a good starter anime. Okay? And I do not agree with that at all. I don't agree with it at all. I think it's blasphemous. I think Death Note is actually a great starter anime. Okay? I know that there's like 80 episodes to it. Something it's not crazy, right? People are coming up with this idea or this thought that if you get someone into anime, it's got to be something like Code Geass, right? Which isn't a bad pick. It's short, it's sweet, it's very, very good, right? I don't think that every starter anime has to be short and sweet though, right? I don't agree with that. There's short anime that just aren't the best to get someone into anime, right? I know I made a short about this in the past, and I added Dandadan in this. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not the best anime to start someone on. Maybe it's a little too much, too fast in terms of the weirdness of the anime world, right? Because of that first episode. And then there might be like one more instance in the future later on. But listen. If you could just look past that and understand that this is anime and it's weird, I do believe Dandadan might be a good starter anime because it's just funny. It's, the fight scenes are great. Whatever, right? I don't want to get too off topic. What makes Death Note a good beginner anime? Simple answer: narrative, the story, the characters. It's just good. Right? The story is just good. And I have tested this out with my girlfriend who's never watched anime in her life. Maybe like a Dragon Ball Z episode here and there with her brother growing up. But she's never sat and watched a full series from start to finish. And the first thing I showed her was Death Note. The first episode, she was hooked. Okay? All you need, just like any story, is a good hook. What is the first sentence called? A hook sentence or something like that. So, and this is where my argument comes into play. You can read a 300-page, 400-page book as long as that first sentence and that first chapter is like, that's interesting. I'm gonna keep reading, right? One Piece, I know, is not a good beginner anime or manga to read because it's just so long. But at the same time, if you've watched anime and you watch it, and people are different. Some people watch it, they don't really like it until 500 episodes. I liked it right away, right? So everyone's different. But the case with Death Note is that it's suspenseful, it's a thriller, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. If you like crime movies and crime stuff, you're gonna love Death Note if you're just getting into anime. It's literally one of the best written animes in terms of just narrative and story. It just keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's one of those animes where two of the main characters are just playing mind games with each other the entire time. Like, it's so good. And a lot of people are like, the gatekeepers of anime are like, oh no, you can't jump into such a masterpiece in your first anime. You gotta watch this first and you gotta watch that first. And it's just like, brother, no you don't. No, if you want to get someone into anime, show them the best stuff right away, right? And another argument I would like to make is that a lot of people my age, our first anime was Dragon Ball Z, which is a long anime. It's not a short anime. It's pretty damn long. And the Frieza fight within itself is like the longest fight in all of anime history. It's like it has more episodes than any other fight scene in history. So we literally sat through that every week, every weekend, waiting for the next one. Like, it's to say that Death Note is not a good starter anime because it's long is just totally absurd. And to say that you need to watch other animes before you watch, certain animes because you need to earn the certain animes, it's like, dude, like, get out of here. Like, right now, I would say the best starter animes are, number one, Solo Leveling. It's simple. The fight scenes are amazing. The story is not, intricate or insane or anything like that. It's like really easy to like get into if you've never watched an anime and you're in it for like fights, simple anime, right? If you like more like, and this is why your taste matters, because if you like more anime that's like narrative, story driven, if you like plot twists, if you like character development, if you like insane, crazy, like what is going on, I would say Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan has amazing storytelling, the animation is awesome, you're gonna love characters in it, and it hooks you from episode 1. Now if you want a chill story that goes in depth and it flushes out the world and it really brings you and feels like you're immersed into the world, I would say Frieren. Okay, so Solo Leveling, Attack on Titan, and Frieren are all 3 different kinds of anime for different kinds of people, right? Not every person getting into anime is just gonna watch it for the fights. Not every anime is gonna want to watch it for the crazy storytelling. They're gonna want more of a simple anime. And then there's people who don't want either of that. They just want to they want to feel like they're being immersed into the world. So Frieren is really good because it's short. It's only 20 episodes the first season, and I would say Frieren is one of the most beautifully animated shows I've ever seen. Like the quality of anime in each episode is literally movie quality anime, and I've been watching anime for a long, long time, so I know what I'm talking about, right? Like those special shows, those special episodes in your favorite shows that you're watching, and you go, I think the animation is a little bit better in this episode because probably it's more of an important episode to anime, so they put more into the animation budget, right? It's like that every episode. Literally every episode is like they put so much fine detail into. But anyway, let's get back to Death Note. Death Note, it's just, man, you can show anyone this anime, and if they are in it for story, if they're in it for plot twists, if they're in it for mind games and trickery, and if they like thrillers, especially if they like crime shows, or if they like something like Breaking Bad, they're going to love Death Note. Like, I've already tested it, bro. I hate this argument of Death Note is not a good starter anime. If it's not a good starter anime, then how come for many, many years it's been considered a good starter anime? But just out of nowhere recently that anime's been taken off, people want to come out and say this false narrative that it's not a good anime. And I want to kind of play devil's advocate here. Maybe it's not a good anime because... Or maybe it's not a good starter anime because of... I can't even put myself in that position to even think of an argument against why it would be a bad anime to start somebody with, other than it's a little bit long, right? Which is the dumbest take in my opinion. It's not One Piece long. It's not Naruto long. Like, you're not going to get fatigued watching it, and it's going to have the total opposite effect where you're going to want to watch the next episode because the narrative of like, does Light get away with this? How far does Light take it? Who else is Light gonna kill? Who else is gonna figure out that Light is Kira? Does L get closer and closer each episode? Is L... We all know L knows, right? Do we know that L knows? L has to know. So, like, you're literally asking yourself these questions each episode. It's kind of like an Attack on Titan effect where you're just kind of like, what is this? What's going on? Like, you just have so many questions after each episode to where it's like, you're not going to not want to watch it. I don't know, man. It's just an absurd... It's an absurd argument to me that Death Note is not a good anime. This video, I'm ending the debate. Death Note is a good starter anime. Boom, bop, bam. Bing, bop, bow. Okay? Peace out, everybody.